The day has come. Our Miami girls are back. Well, they're not like back right now, but we got confirmation that they're coming back. We have a date. The trailer is here. The cast photo is here. And if you haven't watched it yet, that's what we're getting ready to talk about. So watch it real quick. Pull it up on your phone. Go to Bravo's Twitter. Just search RHOM on Twitter, anywhere else, and you will be able to find it. And then we're going to talk about it, okay? So that's exactly what we're talking about today. Going to be a quick one from yours truly because, y'all, I have a flight to catch. But I couldn't get on the plane and not talk to y'all about Miami finally dropping because I feel like we've been waiting for it forever. So we're going to talk about the Miami trailer. We're going to talk about that cast photo. We're going to talk about some of the key moments that I noticed in the trailer and would love to get your thoughts, see what you're thinking. Tell me what's up. Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. We have made it halfway through the week. And what better way to celebrate Hump Day than with our favorite Miami hoes? Just kidding. Yes, so Miami is coming back June 11th. We got the trailer this morning, Wednesday, April 30th. It looks like they are going to be back. They're going to be airing on Wednesdays, everybody. Like I said, June 11th will be the first episode of season 7. For the cast, we have all the same girlies as before, except Nicole is not there. However, speaking of Nicole, we get to see Nicole in the trailer. I was so excited. I wasn't expecting it. So yeah, taking Nicole's place is Stephanie this year. And let's see, Kelly. Hi, Kelly. How are you? Where are you tuning in from, Kelly? And did you watch the Miami trailer yet? Let me know. Taking her place is Stephanie. And there were rumors that Stephanie had dated Anthony, which is Nicole's husband back in the day, and sure as shit, they hit that right. They addressed it right on in the trailer. Nicole straight up says, maybe we have something in common because it's crazy that that Anthony used to date her. So again, surprised that to even see Nicole this season, but then for her to come in and still just be like straight talking about it and acknowledge the drama. I'm like, girl, they better have paid you for that. The day rate better have been popping, okay? Kelly, you're in Nashville. Hey, not too far from me, like 6 hours or so. I'm in Charlotte. Let's see. And then also, do you know Best of Bravo? She's in Nashville. Speaking of, I need to text her and ask her what she's thinking about the trailer. So, yes, Stephanie, and y'all, Stephanie the newbie, money. Like, her and Nicole are, I mean, there was like a little back and forth, not between them, like, in one of their confessionals and whatever, but she was like, I think my jet's bigger. It's like, oh, that's how you know Housewives is good, when they're throwing shade and arguing over who has the bigger plane. You know what I'm saying? So, excited to see Stephanie. Seems like her and Alexia seem to be getting into it. She's like beating on her chest at one point, being like, I'm Alexia. So curious to see where that's all rooted and how that gets started. Poor Alexia Alexia stays working. Y'all can say what you want about Alexia, but she comes in, she gives drama, and she goes head to head with everybody. She has. She deserves that paycheck. She earns it. And speaking of Alexia, we see in the trailer that she and Todd have separated, which is weird because in current day, we see them canoodling and making out on the beach, But finally, maybe we'll get some backstory as to what actually happened, why they went through with the divorce, even though seemingly now they don't want to be divorced. But what I did like is that in the trailer, you can see Alexia's obviously struggling with the separation and the breakup from Todd. And then it goes to a confessional with Marisol. It's like, what's going to help her get over this? And she's like, new dick. And it's like, that is how you know this is not a housewives friendship. That is real friendship, because there is nothing more real in the world than needing a girlfriend to get over another bimbo and encouraging them to do that by means of getting under another man. Just saying. And one of my favorite movies of all times, Bridesmaids. She says, this is why every girl needs those slutty college years to find out what you like in life. I use that same mentality every time my girlfriends go through a breakup. This is how you decide what works for you in the next chapter of your life, in the next relationship, what you need. You got to go get out there and experiment. Now's your time. Okay. So, Alexia, instead of experimenting with the D that divorced you, let's experiment with some Ds that want to lock it in. How about that? How about that? Let's do that. So, good for you, Marisol. And Truth Tea. Absolutely. I wanted also, is this the first time we've ever seen sponsored content like in a trailer? Did y'all catch that? They like totally hyped up one of the cruise lines or something in the beginning. And I know a lot of like Miami's obviously a huge cruise like port, like a lot of ships and cruises like depart from there and all that stuff. But they were like, oh, like this cruise is epic, or like I can't remember, what was it that they said? Now I want to find it. Hold on. But I was like, oh, that was very oblivious. Not oblivious, like very obvious. I'm sorry. Let's see. RHOM. Boom. Let's see. Marisol had more time in this trailer than anybody, it feels like. Like, honestly, every clip has Marisol in it. Okay, here it is. The most epic cruise ever. And it shows it's like one of the Virgin boats. So it's like, are they promoting that? I guess so. I mean, bravo, you better get that coin. But I was just like, wow, that was pretty obvious, right? And maybe I'm wrong, and maybe we have seen that before, but I just don't recall it. Okay. So curious to see even like what that, that is like, that cruise example, like what they're doing that for, where they're going. And I'm wondering if it will be as obvious in the actual episode as it is in the trailer, like the integration of it all, Let's see. Also, before we wrap up, wanted to see too, it looks like Jodie, Lisa's man, is in the hot seat this season. Wasn't expecting that. Lisa, you can see her saying, a lot of people used to use me, and that stopped whenever you came into the picture. But on the opposite end, Lisa's friends and the women are like, he's a control freak, like he's in all her business meetings, da 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 da. So has Lisa signed herself up for another like bad guy? I hope not. Come on, Lisa. Come on, girl. We're rooting for you. So we also had a new cast photo. It's pink, which is my favorite color. I'm not the biggest fan of it, to be honest, but the more I look at it, the more I like it. I did, as far as the trailer overall goes, I'm gonna give it like a 7.5 out of 10, maybe a 7 out of 10. And I think one thing about Miami is that, and my friends and I were talking about this morning, is that they typically do seem to leave things out of the trailer because they want a lot of the story, I think, to develop and kind of naturally progress without people going in with expectations. But listen, let me make one thing clear. I have zero doubt that Miami will be absolute fire and probably the best content that we've gotten all year. Miami and Salt Lake City are the ones that we never, ever, ever have to worry about in any regard whatsoever. So you ain't gonna find me worried, but you will find me sitting my toot down on June 11th to feel some rush, okay, and turn the fire up. So I love y'all. Like I said, I hate that I have to run so quickly, but yours truly has a flight to catch, and I might still have to stop at Target on the way to the airport. So I love y'all. Be sure to DM me. DM us on Her Dad's Instagram. Let us know. What are your thoughts on the Miami trailer? Who are you excited for? Who are you not excited for? I thank y'all for tuning in. I will be back on Friday with Abby Lee Miller, live from Omaha. That's where I'm headed right now, and I can't wait to hang out with y'all. As always, have a wonderful week. Stay blessed. Besos.